Many dream together, it is the beginning of a new reality.
Welcome, lovers of this particular program called The Cross Views on Royal TV. Thank you for being faithful to this program, and so we too have decided to be very faithful to you and to serve you wholeheartedly. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers, we have two topics tonight. If we have time, then we'll treat the two because they are very heavy topics. We know that it will be 41 years with the CPDM after the CNU was changed to CPDM in 1985. So from the 24th of March 1985 to the 24th of March 2026, it gives 41 years. President Paul Biya came to power in 1982, and by 1985, he and his team decided to change the CNU to the CPDM in Bamenda. And so they will be celebrating this anniversary tomorrow. And so we shall be looking at this 41st anniversary, which they shall be celebrating amidst alleged polls for the vice president and the fight against gerontocracy. It is no news that at the parliament, the government have sent a bill to create a post of the vice president in Cameroon. And so there is that fight whether this vice president should be given to the northwest, to the southwest, to the west, to the east, south, and so on. Which region is going to take this vice presidency? And there are some who feel that if this vice presidency should be approved, it might affect the post or the activities of the prime minister and head of government of Cameroon. And so we shall be discussing on that in the first topic, where we shall be looking at CPDM 41st anniversary. Parties celebrate amidst alleged polls for vice president and fight against gerontocracy. So we want to have your views, because there's loggerhead at the parliament and even the government that more vibrant people should come up, especially the youth. And there are so many who say that it has already started at the level of the parliament, and so they should continue at that. Secondly, we shall be looking at the Anglophone crisis, where the Supreme Court has ordered that there should be a rehearing of the Naira 10 case. We know very well that these gentlemen, these 10 Anglophones, were taken in Nigeria and brought to Cameroon after the government of Cameroon and the government of Nigeria decided that they have to fight terrorism together. So according to the government of Cameroon, these 10 officials were out to distort the Republic of Cameroon, and while they were in their meeting in Nigeria in the hotel, they were surprised by the military of Cameroon and Nigeria, and they were indicted to Cameroon and sentenced to life jail. They were given life sentence. But today, it is something that has brought a kind of confusion, whereby the Supreme Court says that judgment was not correct after how many years, and so they have to relook into the judgment. Dear viewers, at this time, let us welcome Sinjo Armstrong into the house. You are welcome to Crossviews.
Thank you very much, Moderator Mambo Williams. I'm happy, excited to be part of this program this evening, that is Crossviews on the Royal TV. It's always a pleasure for me to be here, and it has been a cold weather this evening in Boya. So thank God we were able to quickly rush and come out here for the program. So that will be easy. So many things have been happening in our country, because the eyes and ears of Cameroonians now are towards the National Assembly, where so much innovation, so much news are coming. We talk about the constitutional reviews. So we are expecting so much. So at the end of the 30 days, National Assembly will expect to see something that is coming that is going to shape our political life.
Yes, but before we get into the program, I want to get what really pricked your mind this week. You know, off camera, we're talking of the Pope's visit and some recent happenings that have really gone viral. Seeing the minister, you know, there was a fight at the level of Yaoundé, the city council, and we saw some policemen fighting with some workers, construction workers, and the minister was called who came, and there was some brouhaha there. What's your take about such a scenario?
It's a very sad situation when you look at the footage where Minister Kotet, the Minister of Urban Housing and Urban Development, in a brutal outing and a brutal exchange that he had with some workers, the city council.
But should we call it brutal when, you know, it is her department and she feels that she's not supposed to fail? Because if the Pope's visit, maybe in her department she has to fail, then you know what that means as a minister.
Yes. But her very action is something that you should write home about.
Okay.
You look at the way she applied first. You look at the way she came out. For the minister of that state, I don't think it was proper for her. As a minister, I think you have all the powers that you just need to give the directives. Coming on that way to she almost wanted to get it physical,
yeah,
with the workers, which to me was not really that proper. I think whatever the case, they would have settled it.
And given that they were not aware that maybe somebody has stationed a camera at the corner, taking all their actions.
Yes, that is it. And we are in an era where, you know, anything that you do, you don't know how.
Yeah.
In an era of digital age, in an era where everyone has smartphones, so whatever thing that you are doing as a public official, most of them they forget that. No, they forget the era they have. Most state officials, they are all being caught like that in certain actions, and so it's only when the thing goes viral. The Pope is coming to Cameroon. The Pope visiting Cameroon seems to be a blessing in the area of infrastructural improvement, because if we look at how there is a mass rush,
yeah,
you know, to put up infrastructural,
especially in the northwest region.
Especially in the northwest region, because when I look at the report that the Minister of Emmanuel Ganu Jumesi,
yes,
who
Public Works,
yeah, was in the northwest region. The meeting that he held, I think he gave firm instructions to the company that is out there doing the work. He gave the deadline, especially the stretch of road which the Pope is going to use, leaving from Bavenda Airport, you know, passing right down to the cathedral,
yeah,
where it is going to meet Christian faithful out there.
If you see that airport now, you won't believe that.
You won't believe.
That's the airport.
So, you know, I want to say that it is the Bishop of Bavenda, Bishop Andrew Ngeyada, really enacted the Bavenda airport. You know, from the first time that he went there with his team and the other things, from there now, government have to come in. And I see that is why I say it is really a blessing, because if not of the visit of the Pope, you know, the Bavenda airport are long be forgotten. But from all indication now, innovation has been going on there. Not only in the airport, the transport, I mean the route leading to the airport now has been widened. It's going to be tarred and so on and so forth.
Innovation taking place on church buildings.
Exactly.
And so on.
And even see the cathedral, the Bavenda cathedral, that work was going on there, was a little bit slow. Overnight now the work is completed.
Yeah, people are working both day and night.
Yeah. So, but again, I don't think that we because many Cameroonians are of opinion that the Pope should visit Cameroon very often.
There are some who feel that it's high time we keep on fasting and praying without ceasing, that more occasions like that should be coming up so that development should be facilitated.
Yeah, that is true. That's why some of those Cameroonians, they hold their views, because if not the Pope visiting the areas that the Pope is going to, that is, I'm talking of Douala,
yes,
Yaoundé, and Bamenda, we see the level of preparation. If you look at Bamenda, the city mayor of Bamenda even went down to the street, indicating that he wants to keep Bamenda clean.
Yeah.
You know, everything that in the form of garbage is removing it. So it's something that if that is the case, we pray that the Pope should visit Cameroon frequently.
Okay.
Yeah, because so that we can.
Maybe we shall be coming detailedly on that program. I think with the program I've made, maybe in the days ahead, we shall be discussing that detailedly. But let us now take the first topic. Let us look at the 41st anniversary of the party that is to be celebrated tomorrow. And we know very well the bill that has been sent to the Parliament for vice presidency to be created. And there are so many who are thinking that it's high time they fight gerontocracy, that is the rule of the old. And so if it has started at the level of the Parliament, then it should continue. But now, what do you preview, 41 years of the party to be celebrated tomorrow? Let's have a preview before maybe tomorrow, then when we shall be seeing what will happen.
March 24th, 2026, or rather March 24th, 1985 to March 24th, 2026, is going to make the ruling party, the CPDM, 41 years in power. Ever since they came and changed the party from CDU to CPDM.
CNU.
Yeah, CNU, I beg your pardon, to CPDM. And it's 41 years. And celebrations will be taking place across the nation and beyond the borders, where CPDM party went there. CPDM for 41 years, CPDM has been very strategic as far as peace is concerned, unity is concerned, promotion of democracy is concerned. Those are the areas, and the fight against corruption and embezzlement.
And when you say peace for 41 years, there are some who feel like maybe you have your own perception about peace.
No, I'm not saying that these are the things that the party has achieved. I'm just saying that these are the areas that the party has been hammering on.
Okay, they are holding a stronghold.
Their stronghold. Yes. They have been looking at that. Those are the areas that they celebrate. Yeah. That is, the citizens celebrate that they might have, achieved. So they have been talking about peace, unity, democracy, fight against corruption, and so on and so forth. And when you take a prospective look on this area, they have tried, but not the way Cameroonians expected.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you look at even some of those areas, you realize that those areas still need serious improvement. Let's take the issue of peace and security.
Yes.
Yeah. CPDM for the past 21 years has been grappling with peace and security. We have security issues in the north. We have security issues in the south, even the north and southwest. These areas for the past 41 years, these are things that the CPD has been constantly grappling with. Yeah. Then before in 2018 now, that the socio-political crisis added there. And these are things that the party in power has found it very difficult to really overcome this issue of security and peace. Yeah, true, there has been peace.
But we can't deny the fact that to an extent, at least we are enjoying that peace, given the way, or if you look at it, the way people felt that things would be in Cameroon now, it is not that way.
Yes, yeah, not to an extent. We have to give them credit to have been able to.
But the peace shouldn't just be maybe given
because
that we're expecting physical war.
Exactly,
but,
exactly. That's why we're going to come, because we're not looking at that piece here probably to think that it's absence of physical war or front physical confrontation.
Yeah.
No, we are looking at a situation where Cameroonians they find it very difficult to live their normal life.
Okay.
You know, prices of goods continue to be on the rise, and that alone, when Cameroonians thinks of a difficult situation to find to actually feed themselves, it becomes a problem. That mind already disturbed. They don't have peace.
Economic crisis.
Economic crisis. Yeah, they don't have peace. We see prices of basic commodity keeps going up every year. Government every year, a parliamentary session, you see there is a new tax law.
Okay,
and don't use tax laws or don't use finance bill. I beg your pardon. The new finance bill that will come in, they don't even decide to see how they are going to cut down on certain or on some of those finance bill. You see there is an increase in this sector and this sector.
Yeah.
You look at employment rate is becoming a serious concern.
Yes.
You know, and all those things when Cameroonians don't have do not have this thing is satisfactory, they tend to very, very disturb. Now, when you look at though Cameroon, there's one thing we must give to the civilian party. Cameroon has never engaged into a serious war. Those what we have, those are internal conflicts, socio-political crisis that we have, which the party has been able to put everything on control everything. Yeah. That's one thing we must give the civilian party. The socio-political crisis in the Northwest, they have really tried to see how they can put things in order. The Boko Haram crisis in the North, which is another problem that has tested their 41 years in power, and we keep seeing that the civilian or the government keep trying very hard to see how they overcome the Boko Haram insurgency there. So for 41 years that CPD has been, I should say the report card is not bad. Yeah, the report card is not bad, but we expected so much from them, especially more from the CPDM political party, because what I feel now, what they were supposed to have done in 41 years, it is now that they want to start doing.
But if you look at it, they have really crushed the other political parties to an extent that we live in an era of, multi-partyism in words, but in practice, it's just a matter of one-party system.
Yes, this is one thing that when I see CPA big wings, party militants, they pride themselves about. In fact, they measure their own democracy. One of the instruments they use to measure the level of Cameroon democracy, the advancement of Cameroon democracy, is the existence of the over 300 political parties. When we look at the last October 12th election, 2025, most CPDM party militants, they were happy by the mere fact that we had over 80 something candidates who submitted their files. So at that moment they were using it as a yardstick to say that Cameroon is a democratic state, where the head of state promotes democracy, freedom up to all those things. So, but to me, in a real sense, we cannot use this as an element to measure democracy, because when we go to other democratic countries, let me say like US, let me say like Nigeria, just across here, that we do not see these many parties that go in for election.
Yes.
So we cannot say that in the US where you have two parties, can you now say that democracy now is not advanced?
But that's
the democracy. Yes, in as much as multi-party politics or multi-party system is an aspect of democracy, but we cannot hold it, you know.
But should we have
as
that
a true measurement.
comparison of Cameroon and America when, you know, the democracy in America is about more than 250 years? Then we are just celebrating half a century.
That is why that is why I was trying to buttress my point that to kick against the point where CBDM party feel that the existence of so many political parties, the expression of interest of so many political parties to participate in a political election is a clear is a yardstick to measure the level of democracy. Because like I was saying, in other countries where you have only 2 parties, maybe you have only 3 parties or 4, you know, doesn't mean that their democracy is not advanced. No. So one thing which CBDN always pride themselves is this multi-party politics that Mr. Bia came in the 1990s. The law of freedom of association and all those things came, and but again, those things were a strategy to divide and rule, to divide the opposition. Because that is a problem that we have, the existence of these. Now we have Cameroon have over 300 and something political parties. Now if you ask a common Cameroonian how many political parties,
you can't tell.
They can't even tell you even up to 5.
Even the government official will say about because nobody really knows how many.
Cameroonians will not even tell you that they know even about 5 political, can name about 5 political parties. They can't. So what is, and I ask myself, what is the existence of this many political parties today? If I want to really get into politics, in frontline politicking, I don't see the need for me to create a political party. Out of those 300 and something political parties, I should be able to find one that the political ideology, the political, economic, social, and cultural programs align to my own vision. At least let me join. Because what is the need of?
But what do you have to say that for 41 years, or let me put it like somebody said that since the so-called democracy in Cameroon started in the 1990s, you know, the opposition has always won elections, but the CP didn't take seats by force. So how do you, this statement, how do you look at it? That opposition wins, but CP didn't take seats.
Well, those are sweeping statements. Because we know that in Cameroon, there's only one body that declared elections. Yes, which we all believe that is a body that declared elections. So we understand that each elections there are irregularities. You know, there are irregularities that are recorded. But you need to understand is that the position of the ruling political party, CBDN, gives them a competitive advantage. You need to understand that they are a party in power. I'm not saying that we have not had election where there are irregularities that we see.
It happens everywhere. Everywhere. Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes our opposition cry. We understand that issue where they cry out, which are genuine. But now, on a general note, you understand that it's very difficult to compete with a party in government as an opposition. Because first, you need to understand that the party in power already have the available resources at its disposal.
But should the opposition lack resources when, first of all, if you look at the presidential election, it already tells you that things are changing. But now, the bone of contention, because I wanted to bring the other side of that statement too, that, you know, the opposition, if we have so many opposition parties, why don't they come together if they really feel that they have to, there has to be that takeover, but they keep on fighting themselves, opposition opposing themselves, while the king parties, the king party is up there just watching at them, looking for ways to maybe make a fool of them.
That is the problem that we have had with our opposition parties in Cameroon. We have we have never seen them coming together. It's unfortunately that we have the ruling party at one end, we have the opposition political party at another end, and you go again within the opposition political party, you have another opposition.
Okay.
Because the last presidential election, we saw a situation where opposition party were in constant attack of or another contesting the opposition party.
That is it.
So that was a disturbing situation that sometimes on a platform we cry out. We say no. Why we expect that opposition party they are supposed to work together. But during campaign period or during the campaign caravans, you see that they constantly attack another opposition. They constantly paint another opposition political party to think that no, those that are just coming from the system, who resign from the system to contest in the presidential election, that they are part of the system and they are coming from the system, they cannot change anything.
And so it has been giving the CPDM the leeway.
It has been giving the CPDM the leeway, and that is why I was saying that the strategic position of the ruling opposition party or the ruling party gives them a competitive advantage because they are the party in power.
Okay.
They have the resources. When you look at the situation like during the presidential election campaign,
yes,
many opposition party, especially the Asia political party, when I watch over the news, they were crying out, especially in the Northwest region, that in a crisis region like Northwest, where they were able to go out for campaign, but CBDM were able to go out for campaign because they were able to use the state vehicles that they had within their disposal, the security and the defense that were at disposal. But again, I don't find the aspect of security that they will only use because the security for everybody. If I need a security today to go out on any mission, I apply for it. So, and the problem is that I don't know whether those special parties didn't have enough money because you have to pay for those things.
Okay, now let's look at, we are looking at CPDM 41 years.
Yeah.
And this anniversary is celebrated at a time where there's that alleged, or it's been said that the post of a vice president, and we see amongst them is not something that is hidden. There should be that underground work, or there's that underground work to say it should go to this area, it should go to that. There are even the papers. You see some papers that are even like talking of the former Prime Minister Peter Mafani Songe. Then you see Philemon Yang, and some others. You see, then you see even in some other areas or even other media, you see some other regions are propagating their own people too. But now, what's your take about this? At these 41 years that they are celebrating them, amongst them now, there's this kind of contention before we come to the idea of gerontocracy. Is it like things are changing, or with this, things might even change somehow?
You know, I've been trying to figure out the raison d'etre behind that bill, government bill that they table at the parliament for the post of vice president. A section of the bill has, of course, has been circulating on social media, which I have gone through. The activities, I mean, the rule or the duties of the vice president.
Yes.
But there's only one thing which I very convincing there, which I saw that the general secretary of the presidency shall be under, that is the direct boss of the vice president. So, but I will really be asking what is the push, what is the reason. But again, this very post of vice president that is being introduced, this is my opinion. I think this is something that the government or the party now in power want to use to compensate the English-speaking people.
Okay.
It's my own personal observation, analysis.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that is what is there. It's just analysis that we know we're procrastinating. Yeah, yeah. So we just procrastinate. So you shouldn't take that.
There's a strategic position, because if we talk of the vice president, eventually, if the presidency is vacant,
yes,
then eventually the vice president will eventually just take over. Are you trying to say that there's that preparation for the Anglophone to take over the presidency? Because there's that there's that wide, knowledge of people saying that they are just preparing for a takeover. And so there are some other people who outline Ngongo, who outline the son of the president,
Frank
Biya, and who came up. You see, is it no Atanganji? Atanganji was for the vice president. You see,
yeah, those I think that
so
are just,
it's very interesting if you read the papers and maybe what some other people are put on social media and so on.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, do you see a kind of transition coming from the other side of the Mongo into this other side?
You see, the way I look at this bill in the parliament,
yeah.
I look at it beyond what how Cameroonians are looking at it, or political analysts are looking at it.
Yeah.
I see it as a strategy,
yes,
for the party to continue to maintain a grip. As a strategy for a party to continue to maintain a grip on power. That's why I don't know whether they want to maintain, because at the end of the day, all these things that have been deposited, these draft bills have been deposited in the parliament. It's as a result of the fact that the October 12th, 2025 election taught great
very
lessons
big lesson
to the CPDM. And that's why the government in power, they can delay and send bill to extend mandate and do whatever and delay everything, all elections.
I just said that maybe they'll have to extend that of the parliament.
Yes, parliament to December 20th. Yes, and all those things are lower because CPDM needs to they need to get well prepared. Make sure that if at all the new administrative unit that we have been talking about here is finally created, all those things need to be put in place so that they maintain their grip in those areas.
So they are just bracing up for a strong comeback.
Yes, for a strong comeback. Remember in the 1990, before the reintroduction of multi-party politics, that is the same thing that CPDM suffer in election. Immediately they suffered, they decided to reintroduce the multi-party politics, accepted many Cameroonians to come there to divide them. And that is how the opposition were divided. And this is, remember that in October 12, 2025,
yes,
they narrowly escaped defeat. And now they have decided to halt everything now to re-strategize. All those things are just part of the regime to re-strategize and maintain its grip. So while a lot of Cameroonians will be celebrating whether whoever is appointed there, all as analysts, it doesn't concern us. We are looking at how they are going to maintain their grip on power. That's our concern. So what? Yes, people were appointed, the administration will be created, people will celebrate. But again, what are the opposition doing to see that they can fight back democratically and remove the CPDM power? Problem. And because truth be told, all those bills that have deposited, the bill on vice president, extension of the mandate, and so on and so forth,
creation of
the mandate of the MP, creation of administrative units, those bills will pass through the parliament for obvious reasons that we know. They will pass through.
But if you look at it,
I have never even seen a government bill
the
that will
CPGM
go
41 years. The CPGM 41 years. And we are in a situation where they keep on doing all what they are doing to grip power.
Yes.
But we find the opposition so quiet. They are only waiting on the eve of election. Then you start hearing noises all over, only during election. When you see the party is there bracing up, doing all their groundwork. But the opposition,
they need a lot of work to do. Now, civilian, since last week, they have been holding a lot of meetings, section meetings already.
Yes.
And we see they are already bracing up for election. They are bracing up. Go to I watched it on the media, where in one of the section meeting in Bavenda there, a good number of opposition resigned and joined the party. Yes. And the issues that, let me tell you, let me tell you about this thing. The issue of creating the administration, pushing this election, municipal party election further, is simply to prepare very hard. Because with the present atmosphere now, with the present momentum that we're just coming back from October 12 presidential election, if CBDN dare conduct, if a municipal parliamentary elect is conducted, they are going to have it very difficult.
But for 41 years, you see CPDN facing all these difficulties they are facing because they have had the grip of this nation. They right to the cells, to the branches, every nook and cranny in this country, the CPGM is there. But should the CPGM for 41 years should be facing this kind of difficult time? Or is it like they had relaxed because they just felt that, hey, we have control of everything?
See, I said it there in our previous session here that things are changing.
Okay.
The wind of change is blowing. And I did indicate that CBDN just the party just realized that Cameroonians now are more politically aware. Cameroonians are more politically aware.
And you talked of they have been holding meetings only, and you watched one other. I also saw that where so many were claimed to leave the opposition to the CPJ. But now let's look at it, should I call a case study or reality or whatsoever. If you look at the election, now if you look at what has always come out as result in the past elections, where the CPGM has maybe 90%, 80%, then what happened this time? Don't you see that there are so many who has instead left the CPGM to the opposition by their actions as far as this presidential vote was concerned? Because we shouldn't just talk of maybe we saw people who left opposition to CPG and they were being given their regalia and so on. But we should look at, because if the party should sit and be sincere to themselves, they should be able to look at what happened in the presidential election. Then they'll rather know that it's the people in the party voted against the party, which means that the people are leaving from the ruling party to the opposition instead. How do you size that?
No, you are right. Because we have seen people that left the ruling party to the opposition. And there is one thing I've been telling the opposition to take advantage of. The advantage of the fact that Cameroonian wants change at all costs. That's one thing the opposition needs to know. The last election has proven to us that Cameroonian wants change.
No matter how it's going to be, they just want change.
They just want the system, the current system to leave. And that is why I say the opposition need to take advantage of this belief that Cameroonians have now.
Yeah.
The opposition need to understand that Cameroonians are now more politically aware. Because gone are those days that you see that people now, they are now aware. If you look at the rate of young persons that are enrolling with Elecam, getting their name on Elecam register,
Yes.
you'll be surprised. In fact, I was passing around the branch office today. I was surprised. I mean, young persons. So, and when you find them, they say no. It is better they have the cat in their pocket. Then, the day of the election, a candidate might pop that they like and they vote. So, that's why I'm saying that opposition, they need to take advantage, and they are not even aware of this advantage that they have now. The opposition need to understand that they need to be united together during elections. The common goal of the opposition is to keep the current party in power.
Okay. Now, let's look at something as they are talking about the post of vice president and other position, and in the party, and we know very well that, you know, there are groups fighting that this should come to us, and there are individuals also fighting that I want to be there, and so. And if we look at, because we are looking at the in-house struggle for those positions, but if you see the names that are coming up, then we are thinking that maybe we foresee a kind of transition where gerontocracy is being fought.
Yes, gerontocracy is being fought.
But we still see older people who are being proposed. Yes, let me put in code, because some of these things, it shows that they're already leaking. If you take some of those people who have been proposed already for the post of vice president, they are from 70, 80, 90. How does it fight for gerontocracy really effective? Because we are talking of maybe more vibrant, stronger, and even young people to be coming up. Okay, it is said that those who have come up at the parliament are stronger and more vibrant, then which just has to continue. But if it has to happen with the faces that we are seeing, that people are foreseeing that will come up, is that really fair?
The truth of the matter is, those proposals that are made in the social media. But there's one thing I know about,
because not everything about social media is wrong.
Yes, not everything.
Because although at times they say social media has become this and that, not everything is wrong, and we know very well that even in the party itself, there are differences, and so things leak out even before time.
I even see, yes, you know, when you read that some of those media, especially some of those print media that they publish, you be following up, you see that whatever thing they will be saying, then has to be true at the end of the day.
Because they are more of investigative journalists.
They are investigative journalists, and so we tend to trust some of their because they are investigative journalists, and there is nothing that is cooked at the headquarters in the inner house that does not come out. Because these things are cooking documents that are passing through.
But let me really have your view on this. Do you really see that transition
from what we are saying? There's going to be a transition. It's a transition that are building.
The transition we are talking of, firstly, from the old to the younger generation.
Now,
then secondly, maybe a shift from those who have been ruling there for decades, maybe some areas who have taken hostage of certain position in the country. Maybe things changing.
I don't see that shift from those who have been there. You saw what happened at the National Assembly and at the Senate. It is the same gang that they handpicked and put.
No, but we shouldn't say gang or whatever.
It is, you know, when I say gang, I don't mean
it was just an exchange of convenience. Yes,
it is the same people.
Okay,
nothing came from outside.
Okay,
what am I saying? For what is happening at the the vice president, who will come from the same group of 60, 70 up, or the same group. They will not pick any person from outside. They will not leave from that group of.
In other words, you are saying that
whosoever
will be brought in has been mentored by the same regime, and the same mentality will continue.
Yes, the same mentality will continue. Nothing will change. The same people.
But
maybe now when you come now to, after you are leaving that Senate, National Assembly, presidency, where you are coming out, they will not start blindfolding Cameroonians.
But let's see, you know, at times
you see those people there at the echelon there.
Things.
You see those people there. The Senate, the National Assembly, the presidency. That is the powerhouse. They cannot change those people there.
But let's just pray. Maybe when some new people come up, they may take certain decisions that they may feel for the populace, and that things have not been the best.
There is nothing like new people who are, look at the National Assembly. The speaker is it somebody new?
No, but look at one of the parliamentarians, that is of the National Assembly, if I'm not mistaken, one of the parliamentarians of the National Assembly. He made a statement that with this new man who just came in, that they have never had their salary so early as they have started having. So is that not a change? And maybe we'll start realizing that bills are supposed, because with the constitution, bills are supposed to come, if I'm not forgotten, 2 weeks to the sitting. If it is too late, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks to see. By the time you see bills coming at the eve of the discussion, maybe those are the things that are being expected to change, to be changed by the new regime. Okay, now, if we are fighting, looking at the fact that the meritocracy should be fought, and maybe more stronger or younger blood. Now, as an analyst, because at least the papers, journalists, and other individuals have started giving some, I don't know, let me call it a prophetic, political
prophecy.
Okay, now with you, if you say those people still come from the same arena, who do you see? If, let me start from the southwest.
Who do I see that can?
Yes.
If for the post of vice president from the south.
Vice president. Let's take that before maybe we'll come to vice president.
I see I see someone like Chief,
because some papers have called
Chief Doctor
Peter Mafani Musonge, Philemon Yang, Atanganji, who did I see there again? A few of them, and
I see Chief Doctor the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister.
Okay, the current Prime Minister going up to the post of Vice President.
Vice President.
Okay.
Yes, this is my my reason for where I'm analyzing my things.
Okay.
The Prime Minister has been a level-headed Prime Minister, one of the best Prime Minister that Bia has.
Okay.
Should be told.
A workaholic.
Yes, it's a workaholic. The Prime Minister is loyal, is available. Our current Prime Minister understands the populations very well, and he has, you know that when the president brought it in within the Anglophone crisis, the Prime Minister played a very great role.
So are you looking it at the side of him being compensated, or putting
square peg
in the square?
It's a square peg in a square hole.
Okay.
It's not being compensated.
So now you have promoted him to the level of Vice President.
The level of Vice President.
At the level now of Prime Minister.
At
We
the
are
level,
starting with the Southwest on those posts. Just
yes.
you are just suggesting. We'll go to the next region.
At the level of Prime Minister,
Yes.
I'm seeing someone like the Minister in charge of special duties.
Okay.
Paul Gogomo.
Gogomo Paul, yes.
Gogomo Paul. Yes. That is someone who I'm seeing that can fit in the position of the Prime Minister.
Okay, that's for the Southwest
where
now.
Chief Dr. John Gute is leaving for the post of Vice President.
Let's go to the Northwest. Let's begin with the Vice President.
For the Vice President, I see someone like Atanaji Paul.
Okay.
Not for any compensation.
But at least he has been one of the most vibrant ministers.
He's the one who understands the policy of Mr. Bia very well. The vision.
And he has been used a lot by the presidency.
He has been used a lot by the presidency. So I think that is someone that can get closer to the president and can work with President Paul Bia, articulate his vision, his mission, policy very well.
But there are some who feel, because when the papers came out with him being proposed for that, you know, there are some who felt like, oh, him going there, is it not high time the Molinex will start grinding seriously? And before you realize, you start seeing Real Madrid winning Cotton Sport and so on. So,
but again, he has very good in the Ministry of Territorial Administration.
Really, we can't deny the fact that he has been one of the most active ministers.
Active ministers, and you understand his.
Okay, now you are proposing him for the post of Vice President.
Yes.
Okay, now let's look at the Prime Minister.
For the Northwest, no, I've already cited Gugumo for the Prime Minister for the Northwest.
Okay, you cited yes. Okay, now let's look at if it has to go to the north.
To the north,
because there is that tendency. So many people are looking at the Northwest, Southwest, and the Northern region, and maybe to an extent the littoral.
The truth of the matter is that the post of Vice President and the post of Prime Minister, it can go to Anglophone region, two of them.
Yeah,
you can. This is my own reading. Will not be able. They cannot grab the two. The Anglophone, the English-speaking region will have to grab only one.
But we've seen if the presidency comes from the other side, the Senate still from the other side, the National Assembly
there are other regions also.
Yes, I'm coming.
Yes, good.
But we've seen that, okay, if we are looking at the English speaking and the French speaking,
we have the Economic Council, the Security Council.
Other positions have already come from the other side.
Yes.
And getting even to the councils they are talking of is different. Don't you think that maybe if the Vice President comes from the Northwest, the Prime Minister stays in the Southwest, or vice versa? Or let me give another. Do you see any of the northern regions or the littoral?
No. I don't see the littoral.
Maybe it's quite difficult there.
I don't see
it. It's quite difficult there.
Yes.
Well,
I don't see
tomorrow they will be celebrating 41 years of existence of the CPGM party. So at 41, how do you think they should celebrate?
At 41,
it's just a matter of bringing people, the march pass, and they start giving them whether it's 2,000 or what.
At 41, CPDM should celebrate in total reflection. They should. It's not like it should not be kind of a march pass ceremony.
Okay,
but it's something they should go back to drawing board and see. To make an appraiser, name their achievement to count and name the achievement one by one, and to see where they have gone wrong. Because they are in a difficult situation now. I think the party militant, they are aware. So, and that is why they are all going back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Yeah, with the number of bees that are being sent here.
But
so at 41, I don't expect to see merry-go-round, match pass, and so on and so forth. I expect them to take
do more an educative kind of thing to the militants and others.
Yeah. So they should be telling Cameroonians this is what they have achieved for 41 years. This is what they expect to do for the next 7 years that they have started.
Okay.
Power. So that is how I see it.
Okay, dear viewers, we have been looking, we really wanted to look at these 41 years to an extent. Then maybe we shall still be discussing on this after the celebration.
Yeah.
Let's go to the second topic, where it is the Anglophone crisis, where the Supreme Court has ordered that there should be a rehearing of the Naira 10 case. We know they were taken from Nigeria, their hotel there, and brought to Cameroon, and charges were given against them of terrorism, instigation. So many of these were put on them, and they have been in prison. They were sentenced to life imprisonment, and they have been in prison for a very long time now. Now, how do you see this decision taken by the Supreme Court?
I think this decision taken by the Supreme Court, Mr. Moderator, shocked Cameroonians. It sent shock waves. I mean, Cameroonians are still to believe that Supreme Court could annul the verdict that was taken in 2020.
There is the highest court after, because it is the highest court that if the lower courts take wrong decision or could not solve the problem, they could. So is it at that angle you are looking at, or the time it has taken after they have been sentenced?
The angle I'm looking at is, see, these people, those judges in the court, they're the same people appointed by the same person. You know, who have you ever gone? We have been having electoral litigation.
Yes.
We know the normal outcome, inadmissible. Even when political party will prevent back, you will see during the election, you will see that people, you will see videos surfacing where ballot boxes are being stuffed in a transparent box. So the reason why I'm saying is that the decision of the Supreme Court shocks Cameroonian, because Cameroonian could not believe that this matter of go to the Supreme Court, they were even trying to annul it. They will just continue to nail this thing. Even the lawyers of the secretaries were shocked. If you listen to the interview of senior barrister
Akaremuna,
yes, he said that this is a true test of our judicial system, because the Supreme Court annulled the decision of 2020, the ruling on 2020, and saying that those rulings were null and void, and they have proposed that the matter, a new judges should be constituted.
In fact, the team has been changed
to hear that matter. Yes. So this is something in Cameroon that for quite a long time we have not heard. We will all know that matters of rebellion, terrorism, those things with the current regime.
But is it like
it's a matter that it's very difficult for you to come out free.
But some people feel that it should be a political game, because high-profile judges who handled the matter and took that decision. And we know in other cases, And we know what it means because the allegations against them were on maybe terrorism, instigations, hostility, yes, secession, and so on. And if really all these things are true or were true, then now the Supreme Court comes and cancel this after some time. Is it like these judges have to be sent back to school or have to be sent to a lower court?
No. When you have it's just like our parliament. You have the lower chambers and the upper chambers. When a decision is being rejected at the lower chamber, at the upper chambers, it doesn't mean that those at the lower chambers will not effective.
Okay.
Because those are the Supreme Court, that is the higher court in Cameroon. These are people who believe that they might have a good, well experience. More than this. That is their role. Their role is to overrule some of those matter where you are not satisfied in the appeal court. Where your matter moves to the court of first instance, the judgment delivered, you can take it to the appeal court. From the appeal court, if you are not satisfied, take it to the Supreme Court. I mean, probably from the Supreme Court, you can take it to the International Court of Justice. Voila. So, and it is not that those people at the appeal court were not competent. They were actually competent. It is but normal that even somewhere in a bureaucracy, the subordinate board put up something, the boss must almost go to correct it because of the experience. So I want to believe that those at the Supreme Court, the far more experienced. And one thing I want to make Cameroonians understand is that because I've been seeing a lot of jubilation around, the Supreme Court did not actually cancel the conviction.
Yes, because people are already saying that they might be released.
They might be released. No,
not too long from now. With
their crime still remains terrorism,
instigation, secession,
all those things.
Yes.
So the Supreme Court didn't dismiss didn't cancel their crime.
Okay, let's look at the other way, as some people are looking at it, that it just came. Is it a coincidence or a planned act where it came at a time where is it Akeremuna had written to the Pope that during his visit and other people abroad that he should come and bring peace, call for the release of all these people.
See,
then immediately, then this one too just came. So is it like?
Do you want to know something?
Our viewers.
Yes. The whole this thing, I see something coming.
Okay.
Very positive.
I see.
Political clemency. Presidential pardon.
Yes, presidential. Okay, pardon. Yes.
That is what I'm foreseeing from my own judgment. All these things that are going. So something is on the ground moving.
Okay.
So this is what I see: a presidential pardon.
And if it
political
is
prisoners,
so, is it like? If it is so, is it like? It's a way of saying that okay, the Anglophone should be prepared to take over the country.
You see, people attribute it to the letter, like let me just say what the letter Akeremuna sent to the Pope or to the Pope visit. The truth is that,
and I think one of the officials that did from Ghana, or what have also said something to Cameroonian.
The truth is that it is just a coincidence that this thing is happening at the time of the Pope visit or at the times when lawyers or Akeremuna have written letters to the Pope.
Okay.
But the truth is that you see what is happening, the restructuring that the government is taking is part of the agenda.
And so, are you saying
I'm telling you, you see what is happening, those bills are sending that the National Assembly.
Yeah.
Yes. What this back and front Supreme Court making like that, it will lead to a presidential pardon, and it's part of the agenda. These are things that a year in, year out, appeal has been sent to the president. Activists, human rights, all those things.
International bodies.
To propagate them.
Yes.
So you see what the president doing, creation administration units, those things are appeasement, all those things like that, doing like that. They'll create this post of vice president, send those things are just part of the appeasement. And these things like that, take it from me now, leave it. We are here. It will lead to a presidential party.
But now, if with
that
all
is
what you
I'm
are saying,
telling you,
with all what you
so
are saying,
it's just an agenda of what is happening at the national.
with all what you are
there.
saying and what we are getting out there, are you trying to say that the President Pobia is on a journey of appeasement?
He is on a quiet journey. Remember during his his message that is delivered 31st. Remember, he has appealed to traditional rulers,
Yes.
to elite, to go back and make peace.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember?
Community dialogue.
Community dialogue.
Yes. That, I think that is the word he used.
Yes, that is the word he
Yes.
used. You remember? It's very stretchy. I've
Yes.
forgotten all those things. You see, the president is taking his time, shifting elections, shifting this ahead.
Are you foreseeing retirement?
The president, the retirement for the president.
Yeah, maybe he might decide to say, okay, I've tried my best.
I
want to go and rest. So all these things
that
are
is why I'm telling
preparation
you.
for his retirement or whatever. Because if we are yes,
The president was about to leave the stage
yes,
in a very difficult moment.
okay,
All these things to set the stage. You know, when you overstay in a position, the moment you make an error,
yeah, he's seen
it sinks and cancels all the good things they have done.
Okay,
The last in 2025, everything was almost shattered for the president. So all these things, one, he must have done that.
yeah,
He will not take a result retirement, and he will not go down to record.
but
And
now,
he left the stage with his head high.
yeah.
So a lot is.
But there are other school of thought who feel that the Naira 10, if the new team of judges have to come up, then the judgment, just as you said, it's not like it has been cancelled.
Yes.
Okay, but don't you think that this new team of judges is another way now of start prolonging this matter again? Because it might take the next 10 years again. Because we know how things are. They might take the next 10 years to be judging and postponing. By the time they judge today, they say, okay, next 6 months, they are meeting, or next 3 months, and you see, just like that, years are going.
This matter will not take too long.
And so it was said in the past.
Yes, this matter won't take too long. Any moment from now, you hear about
Clemency.
the new judges that may say they will meet. But like I said, all these things as political clemency.
Because these new judges now have to start reading all these documents.
There is
again,
one thing, yeah.
the procedures of the old other judges, everything. Don't you see it's going to take a lot of time?
There is one thing that the CBD or the government has realized.
Yeah.
They want to win the heart of Cameroonians as a panacea.
Okay.
To clear down a crisis. That's the revelation I'm telling you. It is government. They are very sober now.
So it is to release these people.
I'm saying,
but why not all this economic crisis? Why not reduce prices of goods to make life comfortable for Cameroonians? Do you think all this release will be the only panacea?
No. Well, it is a process. This political crisis is part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's part of it because now what is on the table now? A political restructure. Because all those things are happening now. We don't have anything about law and finance thing.
Yeah.
It is all about restructuring of the government.
Yeah.
So all these things are politically structured, which is part of it. That is what as urgent as possible. So the government, it was not by accident when the president asked community leaders to go back and engage in dialogue, and they are engaging the dialogue. The dialogue has been ongoing. maybe we shouldn't think that the president came and said everything. Yeah, no,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
ongoing.
yes, of course.
And the feedbacks are getting to him. The feedback that they will get is what is going to lead to that political clemency. Those are the feedback.
Okay,
the dialogue is ongoing.
Let's take that political clemency or the presidential clemency you are talking of.
Yes.
If these people come out and suddenly they take power, let's size up the Ayok Tabe and the rest. Okay, let's look at the relationship if they're in power, or let me say, if they are out, the relationship between these people and the Nigerian government. Given that the Nigerian government felt that, okay, Cameroon had also joined us in other activities to fight terrorism and all this. And so we had to join Cameroon to make sure that these people are arrested and taken to Cameroon. How will you size their relationship?
The Nigerian government and Cameroon government?
Yes. And maybe these people who maybe will be released, if only.
But I think Nigeria and Cameroon has cooperated a lot in this area of fighting.
But we are talking of these people now. Yes. Do you think, because most of them are in prison now, some are abroad and so on, do you think their thoughts towards the Nigerian government is that of peace? Is that it is the relationship of that?
No, well, we all know that they always felt a little bit disturbed that what the Nigerian government did for the repatriation was not good for them. But again, they need to understand that even before the crisis, the government of Cameroon and Nigeria have gotten into a certain agreement in the area of security, fighting terrorism. And when you engage in this agreement, you have to respect them. So that is what the narrative they have to understand, because those are engagements that you take. Even though a lot of opinion, if you see, even I follow up even in Nigeria, a lot of people were saying that what Nigeria did was not good because they were not supposed to assist it in their repatriation.
But do you think should a country be used as maybe a ground to
promote terrorism?
Yes, in another country.
No.
Should that be?
No.
Because I don't believe like let's say Chiroma is in another country.
Yeah, the Gambia.
Then the Gambia, then he will use it like his base to like put Cameroon in chaos. Should that be permitted?
No. You see, most of these countries are in the African Union. And there are certain treaties that bind them. One of those things that they bind them is that they are not supposed, they have taken engagement not to serve as a home for terrorists, to about or for people who will perpetrate violence in their country of origin. So all these countries are part of the African Union and other regional economic group, ECOWAS, So that is why you see where Issa Chiroma is. He's not as vocal again as he was while in Cameroon, because the Gambia government made him to understand that we are going to give you a shelter here. You are on. You are being haunted. But we can give you shelter, but you need to understand that we have treaties which we have signed, and we cannot allow you to use our territory as a shelter to propagate messages. And Chiroma respect, and that's why you don't see me talking. He had to appoint someone to do those things. So those things are there, and the narrative who they have to understand is that their engagement they took.
Okay. Do you foresee, if that presidential clemency comes, Siseko and Co are out, you foresee another kind of Mandela who will stand and say forgiveness? Because asking you their relationship with Nigeria was coming to this. You see, you see them coming out and embracing the Cameroon government, embracing the Nigerian government, embracing individuals, and say bygones, bygones. Let's say that, okay, we are together. We know the Mandela story. He had to forgive after he was removed from prison.
Yeah.
Do you see that kind of?
Of course, I see that type of scenario because even now, even at the detention, most often you see when they speak through the social media, their messages are quite different than when they were there. If you look at even one of the separatists that been in detention, the one who champions the Kofun Revolution.
Yes.
You know,
Mancho BBC.
Mancho BBC. You will notice that recently he has been sending out appeals to the population of the Northwest, particularly Bamenda, not to obstruct the construction work that is ongoing there.
Okay.
He has been sending an appeal to people of goodwill and everyone to give peace a chance.
Okay.
Because he said he's satisfied and he felt that what he stood for to fight as injustice, marginalization, lack of development are now being implemented, and those are the things that he stood for. So you see, their messages have been quite different as well there now, because sometimes when you are confined in a particular environment, you see things differently. You now do a retrospect, you now do a reflection.
Yes.
You see things differently, but so they have been confined in a particular environment. I want to think that they see things different, and that's why prison is not a place to keep people. Prison is a place that you find yourself in a very particular environment alone, so they can have a reflection. People who come back from prison, they don't go back to their past. That is the statistics.
Okay.
Yes. Because they know
they should have a repented life.
Yes. Yes. They know that they know where they're just coming from. It is very difficult you find people who that immediately come from prison, that were sent to prison for many years after serving. They go back to their life. And you know, so to learn that question, I see them going the Mandela way.
Okay.
Yeah, because the messages, like I said, the messages they have been sending from their prison cells have been that of encouragement, have been that of this thing now, which is good. So it's going to
okay. Now the reason I'm going towards this direction with this discussion is because you foresee a kind of release.
Yeah.
And so if you foresee a kind of release, you foresee Siseko Tabe and co coming out and still have control of let me call it the Ambazonians.
Yes.
Because some of them are abroad, some of them are in the bushes, and so on. Do you see them having control of the system?
I don't see them having control, because even as I speak now, the movement does not even have any control again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they're in factions.
They're in faction, and there's no control. Nobody's controlling anything again. So I don't see them.
And so if such a thing should happen that they come out, everything should just be about peace, reconciliation.
Yes. Yeah. So absolutely, I don't see any control. Because I mean, they must have learned a lot within the quiet time that I've been at the Kondegi maximum prison.
Yeah.
They must have learned a lot, and definitely they have families.
Yeah.
You know, when you leave a prison like that, the moment you go to the house, they give you cold water to bathe, they give you food to eat. Families will equally need to talk to you. That you see, because they are in a prison there, their family too are in prison.
Yeah.
Could open
Psychologically,
psychological this thing.
activities cannot be like before, and
Yes.
so on.
So a person like Mancho BBC released today, Mancho BBC who went to prison, the wife was pregnant and the wife gave birth, all those things. I mean, he will have to think twice because he has put his family through a trauma.
If there's that forgiveness and reconciliation, it's just like, what do you think the government can do to reinstate these people to their normal lives?
Well, I don't know what if they are in prison, they have opportunity, because I know in prison people do a lot of activities that are there.
If I talk of normal life, it's like when they come out, they should have some free medical attention, maybe for some years, maybe some finances given them to start their lives again with their families, maybe some other things being done to like say, okay, if they recognize that, okay, we have faltered and we have been forgiven, we too will need a good life. You see?
Yes, well, government would definitely assist them, but not as they'll give the enabling environment, and for them to be able to live, there'll be icons.
Okay,
prisoner, there'll be icons. Where we look at our very own Barrister Congo, who was released immediately. He came out from a prison when he was given that pardon. He never acted like you were acting before. Again, you understand? So that's why I'm saying that
we have been seeing him going around with those political activities.
Yes,
and recently he like advised the president what we read, and you know he has been doing, he was with Chiroma and so on.
His activities now are quite different from when they were members of the consortium.
Okay,
you understand? That's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, it's like, in as far as those, if by the grace of God they give them political clemency, they will also act like what they're acting like that.
The viewers, maybe who will be taking a bend to this program tonight, we've been talking lengthily at this time. Sinjo, maybe let us have your last words.
Yes, expectations are high, the stakes are high at the National Assembly. A days don't go by that we don't try to find out what is happening there.
Yes,
because we call our representative. Where we are on call on them every day to follow up to make sure that they take the best decision that will benefit us. Yeah, because they are our representative. You know, when you send somebody to go represent you, you need to also be following.
And so the stake now is on the vice presidency and the prime minister. If it will be affected, maybe new administrative units. That's what people. But we know normally they are celebrating the anniversary. The parliament will be scanty. We know they have the majority. And so
there's so much work now at the parliament now.
But they usually go out to like celebrate, and we'll see them at the celebration ground.
It's true.
Maybe from tonight they'll start traveling.
Yeah, they'll start traveling and coming back. So we want the best for our country. We want the best for our country. We are praying so hard that let this period in Cameroon, let the regime in power, let the regime in power for once do what the faith did for over 41 years. I believe in miracles. We should give them confidence. A miracle will happen. You know, we let them not judge and I know for how many years you want to let do it now. A miracle will happen so they can turn around the clock of their hand. You know, very positive way. So we're expecting the best from the National Assembly.
Yeah, dear viewers, we expect the best from the National Assembly at this time because we have no choice. They are our representative, and this is our country. We have no other country. And so what do we expect? We expect things to change. And as they are watching us, some people feel that it is high time bills, they should approve bills from maybe private bills, private member bills, not only from the government, and also bills to reach the assembly, not only few days to their discussion. They should reach at least 2 weeks so that they should have ample time, especially the finance bill and other bills. And maybe we pray that these new presidents who have come, both the upper and the lower house, we wish them the best. And we pray that as far as this Naira 10 is concerned, we just pray for the best and we pray for peace in Cameroon. We thank you so very much, those who have made this program to be a success. I've been moderator Mwambo William. See you next time for another program.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters. And now,
my name is Alhaj Muhammad Abubakar, the Chief Imam, Central Mosque Buya, and the Regional President of Sidimu. Keep watching.